Ahmed Tinubu has demonstrated the central place of quality and accessible education in his Renewed Hope Agenda. The Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, has a few days ago rolled out the ministry's clearly thought out policies and programs towards ensuring quality, accessible education that is targeted at empowerment through the learning of practical skills and acquiring relevant knowledge that rules the contemporary world. Every part of the education sector, including the Universal Basic Education (UBEC), Tertiary Education Trust Fund (TED Fund), the Nigeria Education Load Fund (NEL Fund), education regulatory bodies, examination bodies, research institutions, individual schools, and so on, are receiving Mr. President's Midas touch. The level of radical attention to education with increased funding and full political backing of the President has never happened since the 1980s, when it was believed that the fortunes of quality education began to nosedive in Nigeria. It is, however, now clear and devoid of fact-based controversies that the Federal Polytechnic Auchi Poly, under the leadership of Dr. Salisu Shehu Umar, was right ahead of time by introducing transformative education policies and systems which have geometrically developed the school and made it one of the best centers of innovation, skill development, knowledge-based education, collaboration with the Ministry of Education itself. And it is not for nothing that Auchi Poly actually came second, in the innovation, having created, among other things, a system through which you can control your power. For instance, if you are not here and then you realize that these appliances are on, with remote control, you can control it. It is something that with your phone you can control. You can shut off your lights, you can put them on, you can do. This is the kind of thing that is happening in an institution of learning in Nigeria, and they need to be encouraged. So it is not just that we are saying that something is happening, it is also something that is verifiable. It is something that has won, prizes in exhibition. And so we are calling on the federal government to begin. This will just be one of the examples that this departure that we are saying, because we have done a lot of things, theory. So it is important to, recognize centers of education that are dealing with practical knowledge and use them as, to advance this program, this new focus. This is a sure way to go in developing our country. Thank you, and God bless you.
We are gathered here today for the Renewed Hope Agenda on educational sector in Nigeria. And we had identified a man who has distinguished himself as an head of institution, and he has performed excellently well, that Nigerians and the world in general need to know what is happening in Federal Polytechnic Auchi, how an individual, the rector, have distinguished himself and have made people to see the difference from certificate for certificates, that there is need for you to acquire a knowledge, a skills, that it must not be all academics alone. So he has distinguished himself. We from the civil society and the youth groups, and we have deemed it fit to celebrate him and throw light for Nigerians to see what he's doing.